What's up, comic book junkies? Old man, Mike Smith, old man who likes comics, loves comics, here at Nighttiger Comics on YouTube. And I have to say, there's been a ton of great feedback, viewership, and comments on these videos that I've been putting out. Just random stuff from the collection. So this is just another random cool comic book video. So
Watch Nighttiger Comics.
Tiger Comics.
Tiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics. What? Nighttiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics.
Yeah.
you never know what you're missing. Here we are. Finished up this almost with this box on Mylaring. So if you've been following the videos, I got this little bit here and that little bit there, and I'll have this box going. And I notice I'm putting double boarding and putting them in Mylar, and then they won't fit. So I gotta put the next little chunk into the next box, which will be this one, and keep moving them along. So this is an undone box. You can see how uneven it is. But like I said, I am getting some terrific comments, and so terrific. I've talked to a few people. I'm going to do a comment video soon. But let's throw a book up here while we talk, because I have a great comment I want to share here. And these are ones I just showed in another video. So what do we do? What are we putting up here? Let's put this one up. So that's a Golden Age book right here. This is L.B. Cole, Indian Warriors. It's got a little chunk out of it, but other than that, it's really nice. Actually, this book is come down for the grade. So this one, what did I pay for it? I don't even have it on the back. I think I paid $100. I remember a friend who lives in Holland, used to be on Instagram a lot, and he has a killer Golden Age. He took me, did a little video behind the scenes down to his basement, and he has all those big Golden Age horror books. But he showed this one, and I'm like, oh man, I never seen it before or knew about it at the time. So this was many, many years ago. And so I just said, I got to get this. But after that, after getting this one, and a few years later, I seen the same book for $100 in a better grade, not missing any pieces of the cover. But anyways, I wrote the comment out here so that I can read it to you. And I got a little high with the marker because you can see how much text is there. But it was such a great comment, and I was so appreciative of it that I wanted to read it to you guys. So take a look at this killer comment while I'm reading this. And this viewer, and he's got a YouTube channel with one video, is Sebastian Travis 9406. And he says, "Hey buddy, just found you right now due to the algo being decent every now and then, and how unique your permanent moving to Dominican Republic is. I've always wanted to experience living in any small island nation, since I live in a small island state of Hawaii and love every second of it. Also, I'm glad to be in an area where digital comics are readily available everywhere we may be. There is something special when one can, in a draconian country with high restrictions, and if there's a free Wi-Fi and a tablet, Shazam, you could still read comics as much as others in any more privileged countries." And he signed it, "Long live comics." So I thought that was a great comment. He actually changed my perspective. I'm not a big digital comic reader. I've tried it, and I don't really care for the experience. But now I have a more appreciation for him, because I realize there are places in the world where you can't get the hard copy comic books. And so if you have Wi-Fi, you have a vast array of comics you can read from the beginning of the Golden Age, even Platinum Age, all the way up to modern books. So he really changed my perspective and insight on digital comics. And Sebastian Travis 9406, I appreciate that. That was just one of the great comments that I've been getting lately. So let's move on. Let's show some cool comic books, because we're already 4 minutes in. That's just L.B. Cole, man. His coloring is just what he's known for. It's bright. Sometimes it's much different than a normal color palette. And so I forget what, this is number 8. This is like 53 or something like that. All right, so just a vast array of some weird books. This is a Bruce Timm cover that I came across. Hey Buster, I didn't know that he did covers in the Spirit. So this is from April 2008, number 15. And you know, Bruce Timm is just a great artist. He has a cartoony look, but there's something about his style that's just appealing to the eye. And look at his face. He's like, whoa, what's that? And then you got the signature, Bruce Timm. And so this cover is by June Brigham. Yes, it's a Barbie issue, but I'm sorry. I think it's a great graphic. I think it's a beautiful. And I have several Barbie comics in my collection. I bought them. They were $2. Some were by Amanda. What is her name? I forget. But this is all women on the scripts and art. Oh, I can't remember that artist's name. Amanda something. She does a lot of these covers, and she's a really good artist. But just a great graphic. Maybe you don't care for it's girlish or whatever, but let me know. I want to know in the comments. Would you buy a Barbie comic? And that's from April 1991. I paid $2 for that. This is a cool. I have the original one. So this is reprinting Strange Tales 105, I believe. But this is a great Gil Kane rendition of that Jack Kirby cover. And I love the blurb on here. The Human Torch versus the Savage Submariner in the war between fire and water. The battle that you demanded. What a great cover. It's a cheap book. You can find this in dollar bins. I did. I stand corrected. This is not a Gil Kane cover. It's a Ron Wilson cover. But Ron Wilson, not one of my favorite artists, but I have to say, I do love this cover. Number 7, September 1975. Marvel Comic Group. This is a cheap one that I would pick up for $1. I'd pick up 5 or 6 copies of that. Just looks so great. And then why do I have this one in here? This is not, it's a cool book, but Mark Bagley's not one of my favorite artists, and these are not my favorite characters. But the reason I have it in here, I ran out of standard or Silver Age Mylars, and I have books in my collection I peppered all the way through that I've Mylared in the past with the Silver Age one. So this had a Silver Age Mylar, so I took it off so I could use it to finish up the box until I get my shipment in tomorrow, and just put it in a current size. But nonetheless, you know, it's the second appearance of Carnage. Now, I'm not a big fan of Venom. I like the way he looks. I think he's cool looking. I just don't care for the characters. They're I don't know. They're too violent for me for comics like characters. They love to eat people for no reason, but I can't say they're not cool looking, because they are. And this is from 1992. And this is one that I find all the time, at least for $5 in high grade, if not cheaper. I don't think they're cheaper anymore, but there were so many printed of that issue. So from 1975, August, we have number 45, a great Nick Cardy cover. It is just a classic to me. Something sinister about Uncle Harry. Just a little demon there behind the kid, and he's like, nice black cover. And if you can find this one in, you know, decent grade, it looks really nice. So this is probably like a 6.5. And, you know, I didn't pay much for it. Probably $2, $2 or $3. It used to have a sticker on it over here. I don't think I took it off. I may have, though. What year is that? It is 75. So I paid $2 for that at a small comic show. There was a guy there, and he had tons of these, and they were like $3. And he goes, well, if you buy so many, I'll knock it down to 2, and I probably bought like 50 or more. I'll knock out this DC horror bronze runs for $2 any day. This is another one. September 75, number 267. I paid $3 for this, and it's in really nice shape. You can see it's got a nice Grim Reaper cover. It's got a little stamp there. There's a certain collection my comic shop must have bought in the past, because I keep finding books over the years that has a stamp on it. So I have to imagine it came from the same collection. But you got like a reddish background there, the Grim Reaper. You got the bicentennial banner. Even look at this, Invitation to a Murder. So this is just a really cool Batman book. 267, 1976. Yeah, I think I've shown this book multiple times in different videos over the years because it's just so cool. And this is another one. It had the Silver Age Mylar, and I needed to change it. I don't know why this was in my box of stuff I haven't read. I think I read this. But what a killer cover. Joe Kubert. I think this is 1979, number 90, August. Weird War Tales. Will the Reich be reborn from the grave? And I believe that is actually Hitler in there. Nice submarine, inside the submarine cover. You don't see too many of those in comics. Nice big swastika. Nice red coffin or casket. Just a great cover. That's a book I'd buy for $1 every day. I don't have what I paid for it. I know it wasn't much. Unfortunately, with like the Key Collector app, the knowledge of the word key and the understanding that if it's a key, it's worth money. Even these books that used to be $2, $1, $3, like a book like this now, you might find in a shop for 10, 15, 20 bucks. It's kind of sad. This, every day goes by and these books become more expensive. But there are certain venues where you can still find them cheap. So from summer 1978, another great, this is a Marshall Rogers cover. He always does a great Batman artwork. Batman Spectacular, summer, 1978. No ads, 68 pages, 3 complete stories. Batman, find my killer, or I'll rise from the grave and hang you by the neck until you're dead. Great cover. Just everything about this is so cool. Love these dollar books by DC. If you haven't watched my DC dollar books, 1978 to 1983, go watch that video. I'll put it in the I'll put it at the end of this video where you can click on it. Another DC horror. Who does this cover? I don't have it on. Oh, this is a Joe Orlando, Dick Giordano. Cry of the Werewolf. And this is Thrilling 13-ish. So number 13, September 1978. Cry of the Werewolf. Look at this. He's already eaten in half. Reminds me the other day I woke up and the house was dark. My cat's laying across the hallway right outside the bedroom door. And he's got this smirk on his face like he's all proud. And I'm like, no, you didn't bring in a creature. And I turned on the light and there's a squirrel with his neck half eaten through, laying there dead. Love werewolf covers. Anywhere from 1986 and backwards, any werewolf cover is really cool. You get up to these modern books and it's like digital stuff and there's hardly any backgrounds or scenes. It's just like a paste graphic and they're just not good. I was sitting there looking at the new comic books today when I was in the shop trading in some for a Mylar. And I was looking at all the new DC or the Marvel comics, and all the covers were horrible. All of them. You could tell everything was done with computer, and it looks so flat, 2D, and no backgrounds or nothing. This is a killer cover. Who does this cover? I forget. It is by. I don't have the artist on there. Obviously, it's one of these guys down here. But just a great Venom and Rune cover. 1995, number 1, 48 pages. Just look at that. The whole cover is covered by the graphic. Everywhere you look. Go look at a new comic cover nowadays and it'll be like just one color with the character like pasted on in a pose. And that's pretty much how it is. Dang, we're at 15 already? 15 minutes? Another great one. So yeah, these are books I picked up as a kid because these are the reprints. And you could get them for $0.25. Nobody cared about them. Another great Kirby cover. This is just a classic cover with Inhumans. I think I have the original one. It's number 6 from July 1976. And, you know, these reprints you can find in high grade like this, and they just look killer. With the early barcode on it. Menace of Maximus the Mad. It's clobbering time. Up next, we have number 98 from 1977. Another dollar bin find. Sunfire versus Iron Man. He's got that old mask right there. Steel versus Solar Flame. Why must Iron Man don his old armor to survive? And I have not read that. Just classic. Marvel Comics Group. You got the corner box. 30 cents. Who does the cover on this thing? Gil Kane, GK. You know, that's probably like a 4.0. I'd pick that up for $1 every time. So now we have some modern books, and I've shown these quite a few because these are some really cool modern books. So, and one of my favorite characters from 2008, we have Care Andrews cover. This was a 4-issue run. Dead of Night limited series number 1 with Man-Thing, and it's got that EC look to it. Explicit content. The Digger, Alan Brand, Ted Sallis. I don't know how you say that. I always say Savalas, but it's got cool like EC look to it. Beware the terror that is the Man-Thing. I always preferred the Man-Thing over the Swamp Thing. And then we have another Swamp Thing issue, another number 1 from 1993, The Book of the Dead. And this is a Tinian Smith cover. No relation to Mike Smith. Frankenstein Unbound, The Book of Dead. The fetid origin of the Man-Thing. And I like how they have the logo down here. The 70s logo. It's a cool looking book. For a modern book. I have some modern books in my collection, not a whole lot. And I got rid of 10 long boxes of modern books in January of this year. Yeah, can you believe it? Was it this year or last year? It might have been last year. I don't remember. This is a cool one. I love to collect Kissing Booth covers. So here we have from November 1960. I don't know. I'll have to show. I don't have the date. I have the date, but you can't read it. It's probably like 66 or something like that. But here we have, I believe it's a Kurt Swan cover. Super Kisses from Superman for charity for $1. And look at Lois. She's tearing up all her tickets. And it's got a great back ad. I had to show it. The Aurora Monsters. I've been looking for the original Xbox Godzilla game. There's 2 of them. King of Monsters, and I don't remember the other one. Like it's Godzilla Destroys the World or something. And I used to have them, and I sold them. And now they are so hard to find. And if you order them used, they're expensive, like almost $100. More monsters on the loose. What a great back ad. Actually, the back ad is even cooler than the front cover, in my opinion. Okay, don't forget to comment. I want to know what you're doing with your collection these days, what books you're picking up, which of these might be your favorite, if you have any of these. I want all kinds of great comments. So this is number 207, January 77, Dave Cochran cover with the Hulk featuring the Defenders in there. Great. Red Guardian, the female Red Guardian. She always looks cool. And Nighthawk's costume always looks cool to me. I always dig these kind of gloves. And I always dig this black uniform with yellow gloves and boots. Him and Black Bolt had the coolest cover. And Starhawk from the 70s. It's a great Dave Cochran cover. 207. What year did I say that was? 78, 77. Here we have, I think this is a 6-issue run. There's a couple cool ones in here. This is the Tyrant issue, the Cosmic Powers. And you can find these cheap. This is a modern, 1994. Nice skulls on the cover. Great art. And he does the interior, so that it's Scott Eaton on the art. Look for these. There's a couple I don't care for, but I think like out of the 6, there's like 3 killer covers, 3 killer characters. I think what's the other? Is one of them Blastar? Maybe, I don't remember. But Tyrant. And then up next we have a nice Good Girl modern book. Sorry guys, 2018, Volume 3, Number 1. Now this is Abe Garza cover. But obviously he's trying to channel his Mike Turner here in the art. Well, now Mike Turner passed away a month before this book came out. He died in June from bone cancer of 2008. And this book came out in July. And this has a little, this is actually a Michael Turner memorial issue. You got a little blue ribbon up here. I haven't looked inside, but from what I researched, I think there's like a little article, you know, memorializing him. But a great Good Girl cover, nevertheless. Coming right out of the waves. And we should get a closer look at that. I can't tell if she's wearing shoes or that's her barefoot or what. This is one I seen in a house ad was it yesterday, the day before? I was reading Ghosts, and I'm like, man, I wish I had that issue. So this is this will be the second to last issue here from March 74, Rick Estrada cover. And I was going through the books, and I have it. It's a pretty low grade. It's probably like a 3.5 copy. But I just love these like giant hands, test tubes or tweezers or whatever, with the superhero being captured. So Wonder Woman 210, March, probably 72, 73. And the Golden Woman and the White Star, the shrinking formula. You can't make me talk. She's got a similar foot position as to this girl here. That's pretty hard to do right there. You got to be really flexible. This is from 74. It's a great cover. I love that green. It's like pistachio green. All right, guys. We're at almost 25 minutes. Let's do one more. It's a key issue. This was a hot book at one time. First appearance of King Shark. I found it in a dollar bin in Second and Charles. 1994, number 9. Superboy. And first appearance of King Shark. Pretty good graphic. I'm not sure who does the cover. I didn't look it up. It's TG and KK. And I didn't write it on there. I do write everything on the back. So I have like King Shark, the number, the year. Usually I'll put the year that I found it and where I got it from. But I remember getting this one at Second and Charles. Well, that's it. That's the cool comics for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I don't know when this is coming out, but we'll have a video every... let's see. Do we have a book to throw up here? So every Saturday morning and every Sunday morning, you'll get a video from Nighttiger Comics. So thanks for supporting the channel. Peace out.